All right, let's see. Download these videos. Come on, man. Share media. All right, let me see. Try to call my boy. What's going on, my good peoples? Just tapping in. I know we're a little off schedule. I was supposed to, as you know, we're supposed to have a relatable podcast today, but we had to reschedule. My guy Rios is having a family day at Knott's right now. I think he's on the kick in YouTube right now. Getting his streaming on. So that's, I understand that. Got to get the family time in. Sir No Face, what's good? Blessings. What's good, man? Hope all is well. So I want to get on here and talk some stuff for a little bit. Maybe go over some stuff that was going on in the internet. Lao Tzu, what's popping? What's going on? How y'all feeling today? Hey, I appreciate that, man. Go have your business today. I know you probably got a busy day ahead of you, but I appreciate you dropping in, showing some love. I salute that for sure, 100%. Appreciate that. Yeah, I know it's last minute, but I had to do a reschedule. Rios is he's at Knott's right now with his family, so we couldn't do the relatable podcast today. But we definitely come back next Wednesday. Be back on it like we usually are. But man, he got a family day today. If anybody understands that, I understand that. He's had a great time with his family at Knott's right now, so I'm not even mad at that. You can't be. I do want to cover some stuff. We're hanging out with my little man. Okay. Texting my homie real quick. Yeah, I didn't really have too much to talk about. I know I got a couple of things that I want to speak about, like with BT Awards and maybe a lot of things in the BT Awards been going on. Obviously, some of the raid stuff been going on. Is this there? Who is this? Oh yeah, it is. Oh. Sunshine, what's good? How you doing? Sunshine Baby's definitely in the building. Let's see, we have 1 minute. Share what interest you most. Okay, got it. I'm feeling good today. I'm actually feeling better. I'm feeling better today. I've been working a lot, so that's been tough. Oh, that's dope, man. I have a ball shooting the pool, man. I need to learn a little more about pool, man. Not a little more. I mean, I know how to play pool, but I wouldn't. If you ask me, look, do you play pool? I'll be like, I'm okay. So don't depend on me, being good. I'm okay. You know what I mean? But that's dope, man. Go hang out with your fellas, man. Hope y'all kill it tomorrow. And I hope y'all come in first place tomorrow. Okay. Sunshine Baby, whenever you're ready to go online too, man, let me know. Because I'm gonna send you a link. I want to start meeting the community in real life. I understand we'll all do personal meetups and stuff like that, but I do want to chop it up with y'all. I was doing Uber earlier too, so I'm definitely with you on that. But I appreciate y'all falling in for sure. My bad. I'm looking up some stuff on social media. I was trying to save some of these videos. Yeah, he did. He got a he bought him a what did he get him? He get a 2019, 2020 Sonata, I think he bought. He just got. Yeah, so he's straight. He's straight, man. He got him a car. He's happy with it. It's paid for. He paid for it. It's paid off, so he don't got no bill. Good running, good records on it. One of my good homies got a car dealership and ended up selling him a car, so it worked out. He's happy. He ain't got that bill. They ain't got that car note, so he's happy. You know, but thanks for asking, man. What about you in your situation, bro? Was that you? That was you that was talking about the car stuff, right? You ever get your stuff handled? Man, for real. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. I was tripping off of some stuff I've been seeing on Instagram and TikTok lately too. I want to talk about it in a second. I'm just getting all my files and stuff together, but it's been crazy, man. The social media stuff, you know, it's crazy. You know, it's the social media space is a gift and a curse when you think about it. It's like it's a beautiful thing if you like need to tap into some of your creative parts of you, and if you take some of that creative stuff and turn it into income, then that's a beautiful thing. You get to run your own spot, even though you don't own the platform. You feel essentially you've made yourself a business, and you're doing well at it. If that's what you're doing, right? That's the good part. The messed up part is it's not your platform, and if something happened, right? Like I don't know, you get banned for something, or your page or your whatever that platform, whatever your channel is, or whatever, it gets shut down for whatever reason, then your whole livelihood is in the hand of somebody else's. And it's kind of like a messed up thing, especially when you work so hard to get community, followers, and all these things. It can be a train wreck when something like that happens. And a lot of these platforms don't have a good call support line or system or whatever the case may be. Have you ever tried to get in touch with somebody on Instagram for your page being taken or scammed or hacked or whatever, or just something random happened? It's horrible. You ever try to call any of these platforms to try to get through to somebody? And even when you get through, you got to talk to like 4 people to get to somebody in power who can actually change something to make something happen. It can be tough. You know, hey, Ryan Reyes, I'm going to keep it real. Look, so I'm actually doing good. What y'all don't know is I'm recording in a program that I have my sessions, my projects in sessions, in studios basically, right? So every studio, I have like is named something. So when I started doing my fighting depression stuff, it was named in this studio. So anytime I'm in this studio, the same title and the same like stuff pops up. So though I'm actually feeling better today, I did use this studio. So when it says fighting depression, I'm always fighting depression. I deal with depression. So technically, even though I'm feeling great today, I'm always fighting depression. But I don't want to mislead anybody to think like I'm on here today to talk about like how bad I'm doing and how stressed out and depressed I am. That's not what this this live is about. This live stream is about. I'm feeling better today, and me feeling better and me doing better. This is actually me fighting depression, but I didn't mean to title it that. I'm just using the same studio that I use when I make these live streams. You know, I didn't want to create a whole nother one and then title it and all that stuff. And since we were supposed to do relatable podcasts, I found out late. Now Rios let me know on time, but it was too late for me to get home and set up everything. So I got home late and I had to put a post up. It's canceled today, and then also think of like, okay, in place of that, what I'm going to do? What am I going to do? So I just hurry up and picked the studio, went live. So, you know, that's the title where I fight depression and, you know, but hell, to keep it real with you, I'm always fighting depression, even when I'm happy. When I'm happy, that's me kicking his ass. That's what that is. So I'm fighting, but I'm winning today, right? So I applaud myself. Matter of fact, I applaud myself for that, for me kicking the ass today with depression. You know what I'm saying? So gotta give it up. That's key. Dogface is definitely in the building. What's good, my brother? Hope all is well. Yeah, so yeah, that hey, I appreciate you saying that, sir. No face. I'm definitely not losing. You know, I'm victorious. You know, I'm a man of God, so I'm always victorious. You know, we just go through our things as humans. You know what I mean? So hopefully you all are doing awesome today. We're alive and breathing, so that's a blessing in itself. Whether you believe or not, you are alive and breathing. So that alone deserves an applause. So I'm gonna clap it up for all y'all. Yo, I was looking at something too. Let me see if I can find it. I don't know if y'all saw that that lady on TikTok who got Tia is definitely in the building. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Tia, I only know one Tia, and that's Pun's sister. So I'm assuming this is Tia. And if it is, I miss you, baby girl. Good to see you again, or technically, you know, not see you, but see you. So salute to you. Thanks for dropping in the chat. Appreciate you stopping by. Straight up. Oh, let me see, sir. I see you. Let me see. Where we at? Yeah, no, I'm saving up for something. Hey, I can grab something cheap, but I'd rather wait. Sir, no face. I just seen your response to the about your car. I feel that, man. Be patient. Get something you really want. Make sure you're happy when you make that purchase, and everything is all good. I pray for you, my good brother. I'm praying for you in your situation. I hope you find something exceedingly more doper than you even thought, and I hope it works out well. Matter of fact, it's been prayed over, so I know it's going to work out well. So salute to you, and I hope you find something great, man. I know you're going to find something great, actually. Yep. Salute. Tia was good, man. Hope all is well. I really do. I hope all is well. It's good actually kind of seeing you. What's good with it? Biggs 909 is definitely in the building. Shout out to everybody in the building. Ghetto Cafe is always in the building. For all the people not in the Ghetto Cafe, just come to hang out and come check on your boy and see what's up with one good time. I appreciate y'all. For real. Yo, I do want to ask y'all though, have y'all seen, I just tripped off that old girl on TikTok who she was banned. That girl with she had like 2.5, 2.5 million followers. And she ended up getting banned for like tricking this one young lady she's on the spectrum into like jumping in a lake or something like that. She like tricked her or like manipulated her in some kind of way where she jumped in a lake and she really couldn't swim, and then old girl like ran off. And y'all seen that? I don't know if y'all seen that. I have some of the clips, and I want to talk about that. I want to talk about that because I don't feel no way about her getting banned and how bad she feels, and I didn't bat an eye at that because that was horrible to do that. And if you're gonna do something like that on campus, see, people make the mistake of it's like Queen's Flip always say on Joe Budden podcast, COE, content over everything. That's not my belief. Ain't no content over my personal family issues or me disrespecting my friend or me, embarrassing one of my good friends or my family members on camera because it's good content. That's not happening here in this space. We're not doing none of that. So a lot of people go too far on camera and forget you have in your streaming world, you may be king and queen of your platform. And technically you're not, but that's a whole nother video. You may be king and queen of your platform, but once you turn that stream off, real world rules kick in. You have to deal with that. So whether you try to prank somebody on camera and end up getting punched in the face, that's you being the king and queen of your world, and then real world rules show up in the real life, right? Or you try to do something manipulative or scam somebody or joke with somebody and prank with somebody, catch you in the street somewhere, then that's all bad. And you suffer the consequences from that, you know. And we have the other video, which I'm not going to show here. We'll talk about it. I don't know if y'all saw. Well, let me find. First of all, let me find this other video first. Cause let's see. Exit on me to share. Bam. I want to find this other video because that was crazy, and I felt no. Like I said, I felt no way about it. Let me see where she at. Bam, bam. Okay, this is the first video, I think.
Right?
No.
No.
About it. Did I make myself little and that big? Let me see. Which one is going to be? How do I go this other way? Make this the big one. Okay, bam. So this video I'm about to show here, you read the caption. TikToker Natalie Reynolds was banned from TikTok for deceiving a mentally ill homeless woman into jumping into a lake by promising her $20 and then running away when she could not swim. She started crying outside the TikTok headquarters to unban her account, right? So let me play this video so y'all can see real quick. Check this out.
All right. You know why I wasn't going to? Because my feet were getting
You should
hot.
just jump in right now.
But I'm going to jump in with my shoes on.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah. Ready? Oh! Wait, what the fuck? Did you see her ass? What? Oh,
You said it was okay.
You said you wanted to swim.
You told me
Insane.
to jump in.
I didn't tell you to jump in.
Yes,
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Just
You said you were going to.
Thank you guys. We're gonna have you guys get off the stop.
Wait, who is that?
Let me change this view.
What the fuck is going on? We should... I don't even...
I can't swim. I can only float.
Oh, she might literally die.
No, stop. Seriously, don't stop. Please, you're actually freaking me out. No, please. Please, God. No,
You see how she half laughing?
Drowning.
Like she thinks it's a game?
Fucking kill myself. She thinks she's trying.
Like, how crazy is that? Check this out, though. Watch how sick this is, what she does.
Oh, this is bad.
So old girl says she's drowning, or they go to her help. Look what she does.
Dude, Natalie.
Dude, I'm sorry. I didn't know. She said she's drowning. She said she's drowning.
I think you literally just murdered a lady.
No, I didn't. I swear.
I think you
No,
literally.
I didn't. Let's go.
Look, she thinks it's funny.
She's drowning in the lake.
God, there's a fire truck. Nah, this is bad.
Natalie.
Wait, this is really bad.
And she's still streaming. How crazy is that? How crazy is that? Now look, she convinced that girl who's clearly mentally unstable or on the spectrum, however you look at it, right? And it was wrong and manipulative. That's why she offered her $20. People always playing them games, right, with people. Offer you $20 or some low amount to do something sick or something crazy, to demean yourself, embarrass yourself, all these things. But then you took it too far, right? And you convinced somebody who didn't know. First of all, I don't even know why you was with her by yourself. And you convinced her to do something she didn't know she wasn't supposed to do and wasn't prepared for it to do. She knows she couldn't swim. Or she don't know. You probably knew, or you risked it. You gambled it. Right? So that happens, and she gets banned from Twitter. Mind you, 2.5 million followers. She gets banned from TikTok. Check this out. This is her. Outside TikTok office.
I just want my account unbanned. I can't do this anymore.
How crazy is that? And I don't feel no way about it. It's her no face 100%. Because, bro, look, I'm not the best swimmer, but there's no way that can happen on while I'm around. No. I'm not sitting there watching somebody drown in the lake when I can easily go jump in there and grab them. Nobody even tried. Now, if none of y'all can swim, nobody can swim. And if y'all can, what is the problem? Why would you run away with her? Why would she run away with them? Like, The risk is, the crazy part is, it's a gamble. Either they can swim or not, and you don't know which one they can do. You didn't ask because you was being manipulative. You know she knows something's up with her, right, up here, and you still playing, offered her $20, and now you crying in front of the TikTok headquarters because they banned you. Why? Because your everything was in TikTok. Your livelihood, personality, friends, probably all that stuff is in TikTok. These people make these platforms their world. And what happens is, if Instagram or TikTok or whatever, Twitch goes down for a couple of days, you don't know what to do with yourself. Because a lot of these kids, and no disrespect to the youth, but a lot of them are growing up in these spaces to where they don't have lives outside of these spaces, right? If Instagram shut down, for me, what happens? Nothing. I'm going to see my wife later on. I'm going to go to work. I'm going to go do my things. That's it, right? I'm going to be without Instagram for a couple of days. But my livelihood's not into it, right? And though I'm trying to make like YouTube extra stream of income and some of these platforms are extra stream of income, my whole life is not wrapped up in it. If it shuts down, it shuts down. Yeah, it's not to be horrible for tons of people who have jobs and making income through these spaces, but if your whole life wrapped into it, once it's shut off, then what happens? What happens? It's crazy, and let me see. I think I first got a Twitter. Forget Twitter, right? I started doing social media but I'm older, right? So I started doing social media way back in the day. It was Black Planet, MySpace, Facebook, Instagram. Before that, maybe it was Vine. What's the all the platforms? I did all the platforms, and I never fully wrapped myself into all of them. And I was outside. Plus, I was outside. I was outside living life, meeting people. You know what I mean? Like when you could still go to a party and the guys was actually dancing with girls. Back then. Some of y'all don't remember that, but back then I was outside. So if this thing shuts down today, I'll be fine. I ain't gonna like it, but I'll be fine. That woman just did something stupid on camera and paid the price. What they say? I would say play stupid games, win stupid prizes. That's what happened. That's what happened. Now she looks like an idiot. And here's the cold part. If they take her pay, they banned her, so she's banned. It's not like it was a mistake. It's not like you got hacked and you trying to get your page back, or somebody lied about one of your posts and your page got taken down because it was a misunderstanding. Wasn't no misunderstanding. They banned you. So no more 2.5 million followers. That's out. So to even start another page as someone who isn't a celebrity, that's a long uphill battle that nobody wants to climb. And it's tough. It's tough. Especially when your checks are coming from some of these platforms. What? I appreciate it. Oh my, could you share? Oh, it's automation I'm talking to. That's why. What's up with y'all though, man? I was tripping on that earlier today, and I was like, "Great, cheers! I'll be here when you're ready. Looking forward to hearing from." Okay, there we go. Okay, cool. Yeah, I was tripping on that earlier today, and I'm watching her cry, and I'm like, "Lady, are you serious? Do you know what you just? Somebody almost died on your watch for $20, and you crying at the headquarters like you don't understand, bruh. That's sometimes people got to take their L's and just sit down somewhere. Like, what are we talking about? Take your L and sit down somewhere. I don't even understand what's confusing about that. Somebody almost died on your watch. If that happened to me, God forbid, if that happened to me, all right, well, that's what happened. What I'm gonna do? That's just crazy to me, yo. Excuse me. But yeah, these are, you know what's crazy? These are lessons. Here's the thing. These are lessons I got to tell myself. That's a fact. Yeah, never. And they feel entitled. And if you yell at them, then why are you yelling at me? And why you? Yeah, okay. Entitled. What's up, Dogface? What's the question? It's sad to see, and no, it's all good. We talked about that already. She's an idiot who got her page banned. It's cool. We over it. You know what I mean? Go ahead, shoot. You want to get on camera? You want to jump on live with me? I need to find that other post too. Let me see. What do you do? Oh, it's all good. Let me see. Pressure manifests itself, and what do you do to try and defeat it? Okay. Good question. So my depression. Here's the thing. My depression was worse when I didn't have a relationship with God. Usually, I know my conversations usually go to God, but hey, it's the life I live. So my depression was worse when I didn't have that foundation in God. I would overstress about anything, right? And I think it's crazy because I'm gonna try to connect this. It's not a professional opinion about what I'm about to say, but I'm gonna try to make a connection because I feel it's a lot to do with it. So I'm a creative by nature, right? And my brain is always writing and visualizing things at all times, all the time, right? It's the reason why when I go to sleep, I have to have sounds on, whether it's the ocean sound or television show or something, because if it's full quiet, I can't calm down because my brain is always moving. It's creating something, writing something, thinking about something, making something, doing something, right? So in my head, it's loud, right? So I always need something to put my attention on so I can go to sleep. So I turn to YouTube, go to YouTube and I turn to ocean. You can play the ocean sounds or fireplace sounds or whatever. That keeps me cool and I can hear that all night and I get relaxed. Or I turn on a show. I watch Martin or something at night, let the episodes play. I eventually fall asleep in that. But what happens is usually things I can't control. So what I've been dealing with a lot lately is financial, right? And so what you guys do know about me so far, because I'm very transparent and honest about this. I like to be transparent and honest because I have to give you the real me, because I'll sell you short if I do a bunch of lying or character, or if I show up as a character on camera. So lately it's been financial, trying to work out different ways to take care of my family, right? And life hits, right? It's like you get. I'm learning how to. I was always bad with money before. In rap music, I made a ton of money, and I have my ups and downs. Right, I would get a huge, big check from something, writing something or doing something, and you spend your money, go through your things, you pay some bills off, but sometimes the checks don't come for a little. They're spaced out. So in between there, I'm not really good with saving, or I'm learning. I'm learning now, but I'm not really good with saving, so I would spend money. And now I'm learning how to manage money now, but I'm in a new space of I'm dependent on like work and stuff. I just now started to create to get into like monetization, other content, other financial stuff from content. But now it's like I drive Uber and I drive whatever. So I have one job in my whole life, and I didn't need a resume for that job. So when it comes to like 9 to 5 work and stuff like that, I never even knew what. I've never walked in the office and interview with nobody or go somewhere, and I was doing music majority of my life, and so I didn't know how to do a 9 to 5 thing and stuff like that. So one day my wife, I'm giving y'all the whole story. So one day my wife went to Mexico on a cruise one time, and we start to, you know, we went to Ensenada, Baja, and she was riding the quads, and she fell and tore her ACL, and that's a whole nother video in itself. We'll talk about that. But she tore her ACL, and I was doing music at the time, and she was full on, had a job, and she was helping with a lot of stuff in the house, and I was doing my rap stuff, but I had money here and there doing stuff like that. So once that happened, it's like, okay, you can do rapping stuff and get a check every now and then, or you got to go figure out because she can't work at all for like the next 4 or 5 months. Especially you guys know from sports, you tear ACL, that'll take you out for the season, right? So I had to figure it out. So what I can do that I don't need a resume, don't need to walk in somewhere, wear a suit. Oh, Uber, I can do Uber. I can drive my car, and so that took a minute because I had to get past the pride at first. I'm in LA, and at the time, or anytime, I'm in LA, and if you're in LA, and if you're an adult, then people know me. And I'm saying that humbly for people who actually know me. Excuse me. Most humbling way. So it can be a pride thing, driving an Uber and somebody like, hey, ain't you? Right? So I was fighting that for a long time. And it was tough because I did feel away. And I was ashamed and embarrassed. But I had to get over that too. Let me tell you what happened. I picked up a guy from the airport one time, and he recognized me. He said, man, you bad luck. I said, oh, yeah, man, I'm just doing my thing. He said, bro, he had a long conversation with me about rap and a bunch of stuff. And when he got out the car, I remember I was dropping him off at the airport. He said, bro, he said, I can tell when I asked you about Uber, whatever, you felt the way about it. He said, I didn't mean to be, to pry. He said, bro, you out here working, you making money, take care of your family. There's nothing to be ashamed of. Hold your head up. You still are who you are. You did what you did, and you kill her. Hold your head up. Keep going. And that shit really lifted me up because I was in shame about I'm better than this, and I should be better than what? Better than taking care of your family? You take care of your family. You working, doing what? So I had to get out that pride stuff and get over it, right? So let's bring it to modern times. Now I'm in a space of trying to make content. I got a camera. I do photography, and also I'm in a space of like YouTube, live streaming, and different platforms like that. And so you got to share your space with work with creating content because you got to be consistent so you can, be consistent enough so you can earn. Start getting to monetization, which is a process to that, and then consistently bring money in. You have to be consistently doing it. My man, for y'all to know, Rios, Dogface, for sure. Rios did the same kind of thing. He eventually quit his job and went hard at content creating. He takes care of the family by doing so. I watched him do it, and it's inspiring. And I don't do it just for the money. I actually love this. I like talking to y'all. I like being vulnerable. I like if my testimony and the stuff I went through is helping somebody else. I love that. So my depression comes from, I'm keep real with you, this is honest. Sometimes as a man, a husband, and a father, if the finances aren't as where you want it to be, or it's like you go through these bad seasons, you don't feel like a man. Yes, I'm a man, but a lot of men will understand me. Sometimes if you're not being able to provide or stand on your own as a grown man, you start to feel inadequate. You start to feel like I don't deserve no one because I can't take care of no one. You know what I mean? And that's the real, So when you start thinking like that, you start falling into these slumps of like not feeling like you deserve or not feeling like, you know what I mean? Like not even though your wife is telling you something, you don't feel like you're doing your best. You feel like you can be doing more, even though in real time you might be doing your best, but you feel like it's not enough. And if you start to wake up daily and feel like no matter what you're doing, it's not enough, that can sit you in a slump. And my slumps get dark. Let me be clear. The slumps I go into, years ago, one time, and I did a song about it called Suicide years ago. But the slumps I go into do not take me to suicide. So there's nothing you have to worry about me about. It don't get dark till I want to end my life. I don't. I love my life. And I love even with my lack of, for better terms, let's say lack of, even with my lack of whatever, I understand I have a wife that loves me. I got a son and a family that love me. Both my parents are still alive. Thank God for that. And I have a beautiful church and great friends that actually love and care about my well-being. So I'll never do something as selfish as, no disrespect to nobody, but as selfish as a suicidal act, right? So I got to be clear because people tend to worry about you outside. And I'm not saying don't worry, but you don't have to be concerned to think that happened. That's never going to happen. But I'm being honest with y'all here because that's the kind of channel I'm building. I need y'all to know that I'm human, obviously, and you're going to go through your things. There's going to be days where it gets tough. And that's not just money, right? It's going to be days where I felt like I'm not loving my wife in a way she needs to be loved. With all the money in the world, if you're not there mentally, then your wife can be unhappy in a big old house with a bunch of cars in the driveway. So the problem is that I have to check depression at the door. So that's when my relationship with God kicks in, right? That I'm fighting depression, but I also pray about this daily, and I'm dealing with it better because of my relationship with Jesus Christ. Because I know that this time now is just a dark time, but I remember when my mother used to tell me all the time, this too shall pass. No matter what I'm going through, my mom used to always tell me as a kid and coming up, this too shall pass. No matter how dark it get, this too shall pass. So that keeps me grounded and knowing, like, that's why I don't use the term I'm broke now, or the times where I'm down, right? I don't use the term, oh, I'm broke. I changed that. I say, oh, I just messed up right now. It's just my little thing. Because I don't want to speak that over me either. I'm just messed up right now. I'll be straight. And I say that because I'm changing the mentality of my mind frame about how I think, the things I say, what I put out in the world, how I'm perceived. Well, how I'm perceived, I can't really help. But what I put out there, judge me from that. In most cases, I don't care about your judgment. I'm working I've been past that, but I'm still working myself past a lot of that. So, in short, to answer your question, Dogface, my depression comes from when I don't feel adequate enough, or I don't feel like 100% like the man I'm supposed to be, the man my wife deserves, the man my son deserves as a father, or the man God expects me to be. And I usually sink in depression. So when I say fighting depression, the times you see me laughing, smiling, I'm always fighting depression. It's kind of like how, not to tap into anybody's private life, but you may have alcoholics in your family, and they do the 12-step. Anybody who knows people who've been through the program, they tell themselves, no matter how long they've been out of the program and sober, whether 5, 10, 50 years sober, they always say, I'm an alcoholic, right? I don't want to get confused on why, but I think it was because you're like one drink away from being back there. It's like a reminder of it's like, I think, if I'm not mistaken, somebody correct me in the comments, if I'm not mistaken, if you consider yourself, if you're not one no more, it's easier to fall back into it because you think you're healed from it, right? But it's a disease that needs to be fought constantly, right? So I say the same thing about depression. Yes, you can be healed from it. You can heal. I'm in therapy right now. I'm in therapy for myself, and me and my wife are also in therapy for couples to keep us straight, better on communication, better dealing with each other also. I feel like as a couple, for people who are couples, you need you need therapy, period, whether you have problems or not. It just helps y'all stay on a good trajectory and understand each other at times. But yeah, that's where my depression comes from. So when I go on to my hoes, it be that. But tons of times when y'all see me, when I say tons of times, not really tons of times, but when I started making Fighting Depression, that's what these videos were about. I was in the middle of depression. Even though y'all talk to me in these videos, Fighting Depression 1, 2, 3, day 5, day 6, when y'all was talking to me in those videos, that was me literally fighting through depression, making those videos, laughing with y'all, praying with y'all, talking to y'all. That's what it was about. So my way to fight is however, this is my way to fight. When I know I'm going in the slump or feeling a little down about myself, I go do something. Do something where I consciously know. Do something where I consciously know that there's depression on the other side of this, and I will not let it take me down. So I'll do a live stream. I'll go out with a friend or call somebody where I know me and her be laughing on the phone. I'll go do something. Go get with my good friends, go photo walk, go do some photography, something. Because it's kind of like a mental thing, like where I'm telling myself it's trying to take me down, but I won't let it. I'm not trying to do these things to get my mind off of it. I'm doing these things to say, no, you can't control me. You understand? I'm not trying to forget that I'm going through something right now. If I'm a live stream, I'm not. That's why I'm glad you asked that question, because I need people to know that I am dealing with things, but I also need y'all to know that I know that I'm dealing with it, and it's me constantly saying, but today I win. I win today. I didn't fall in the slump and stay hidden from the world for a couple of days and stay ducked off because I'm depressed. You know what I mean? Nah, I win today. Yeah, I feel it coming on, but not today. I win. And not only that, not only do I consciously fight myself, right? I just tell myself also that this is what God needs me to do. Because I've said it before on this platform that the devil. Ooh, I got to go here. So the devil would love for you to stay and live in your shame and in your grief, in your depressed self, your anxiety-filled self. The devil loves for you. He loves for you to be there. He loves for you to rest there and love for you to sit there, because when you're there, then he sneaks in like the cracks, right? And he convinces you that you need to stay in there. Because if you stay in that, you're susceptible to anything, whether wicked thoughts, bad ideas, consciously thrown off from thinking about God or how God can pull you through. You forget that He's a Savior that can pull you out of that. That's what the devil loves to do, right? But when you have that foundation in God, and you know that that's where the devil dwells, then you consciously fight to stay out of that. I'm a believer in Jesus Christ, so I'm not afraid of the devil, and the devil can't take me or do nothing with me, right? That's first and foremost. Second of all, the reason why I fight so hard to stay away from him, because I don't want nothing to do with him. Nothing. So part of me getting out of depression is not just a mood change, because for sure I need a mood change, but it's also because I don't want to do nothing with the devil. I don't want him around. I don't want him showing up nowhere. I don't want no problem with him at all. None. And I also want a pure understanding that the devil, as you and I know it, has no power on earth. He has no power. That's what Calvary was about. That's what the cross was about. That's what the resurrection was about. He no longer has power here. So if I fall into a depressive state and I start to let the devil come in and convince me that my life ain't worth nothing, maybe I should just take myself out and all these things, because I have forgot the key that I have the authority and the devil doesn't run me. But as I was told, as I learned, that we have a law. As believers, we have a law and we are the authorities, and we are the authorities to enforce that law. So when people say the devil made me do it, I say the devil made you do what? Devil can't make you do nothing. The devil can't make you do not a thing. So I fight. Now I wasn't trying to go on that rant, but I love the fact you asked me that, Dogface. I appreciate you, bro, because that's something that needs to be said. And I need people to have a clear understanding of what's going on in my head. You know what I mean? I don't care. I don't care. I'm an open book, bro. A lot of people say that, but I'm an open book. I'm not too cool to hide stuff from y'all because I need to look like a certain type of person, or I need you to see me as, I don't even know. I need you to know when you log on to this account or this channel, or you looking for me, you're gonna get me for real. The real me. The one that's gonna laugh with you. I'm gonna cry with you. The one that's gonna pray for you. I'm the one that's gonna hang out with you. All the things. I'm gonna empathize with you. I'm gonna sympathize with you. And I'm gonna tell you the truth. It's real. Only time I don't tell the truth is if I'm clowning Rios and we're doing relatable, because that's hilarious and it's funny. But those lies you know about because I'm fibbing. It's a difference, right? But when I'm doing me, you get the real me, 100%. You know, and I gotta be, Dogface. The fact that you told me that I am now going live tomorrow. So, yes, for sure. For sure. Let's do that. Because I would love to chop it up with you, my good brother. You always fell in. You always show support. Awesome, 100%. I'm definitely down for that. I think it'll be dope. And I have some cool topics we can discuss and talk about too. Just chop it up. Boom. Exactly. The devil can influence, but he can't make you do nothing. Nothing. And he's best to influence you when you're about. Look, I said this before. If you notice in the Bible, the devil showed up when Jesus was by himself. When he showed up as himself, it was when Jesus was by himself. He'd love for you to be alone, by yourself, in a sad, depressed state, whatever you, when you're alone, that's when he tries to influence you the most. He can't influence you for sure, or influence people to go and try to influence you, use all kind of temptation, but he can't make you do nothing. I've been over them excuses. Straight up. Yeah, man, for real. So that'd be my thing. That'd be, I have my things, man, and I know we all have our things. And I'm praying that y'all fight and get to y'all things. And please, you don't even have to ask me. Yes, if you ever feel like you want to throw me in one of your prayers, please do. You ain't got to ask me. Just do it. I need it. I need it for sure. Because, one thing you know about this life and this journey is it's forever. It's forever. Ain't nobody that saved. Ain't nobody that good. Ain't nobody that strong-willed. This journey is forever. There's always falls. There's always people slipping. There's always the old school used to call it backsliding, right? There's always something. If you understand that, then you know. As Turnoface, I'm not sure. I gotta hear it and see. Blessed. I gotta hear it and see. I'm not good with songs by names. I usually know them. When I hear them, I'll be like, oh, that joint. But yeah, man. So that's what I'll be on, bro. I'll be, I love to talk to people. That's why when I do these, I also want to invite people up and stuff like that, so we can chat and talk about whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Talk about your things, talk about my things. I don't care. I be needing help. And sometimes it's always good to get, that's why I say being alone. Now, mind you, I'm not talking about being alone if you just need alone time. You need time to chill, relax. You want to read a book. You want to think to yourself. You want to draw, do art, whatever you want to do by yourself. I'm saying it's cool. I'm talking about be alone when you're in a space of like depression or something, or let's just say a negative kind of feeling. It's a little scary to be by yourself sometimes. And I'm not talking about like you fear the devil. I just mean like, life is intended for you to live it with people and lean on people for understanding. Lean on God, because you got God. You can pray and lean on people. But sometimes you need somebody like that you can touch, that is tangible, to be like, look, I talked to God and I prayed. That's why He sent me this person. That's why when you was going through your thing, your homie randomly called you like, "What's up, man? How you doing?" And you was about to have a damn breakdown. And your homegirl called like, "Hey, girl, what's up? Let's go out to eat, my treat." See, y'all be thinking that's random. And y'all think like it's a coincidence. That's not how I think. And that's why some people think I'm extra. I'd be like, that ain't no coincidence that happened like that. You was about to have a breakdown and your friend called you talking about, "Hey, what's up? What you doing? Let's go out and eat." That ain't no break. That's God sending the troops in. That's what that is. Every angel don't look like you think it do. I know y'all got this vision of what y'all think angels look like. And I know the Bible also describes angels look differently from how you view them anyway. And I'm not talking about neither one of those. I'm talking about who God sends in to help you when you're going through your stuff, when you're going through your things, or if you need a word of confirmation, or if you prayed about something and God used somebody to tell you He heard you, right? When you prayed about something that you told nobody about, you weren't even vocal when you prayed about it. You said it under your breath or just in your head when you prayed to God about that thing. And then some lady walked up to you in the grocery store and said, "It's going to be okay. God said this." And you like, what? Some of y'all don't believe that happened, so I'm not going to beat y'all over the head with that. But I'm going to tell you, God moves how He wants to. He can use anybody. He can use non-believers if He wants to, because that's who God is. And you're not wrong about this. That's why I had to make sure I'm saying that right. I'm not saying being alone is never the thing to do. I understand that. And I understand this right here. Because sometimes you do need to be alone to figure yourself out, to let your thoughts be clear, to not be influenced by nothing or something throwing you off. And sometimes you need to sit with yourself to know and to find out how strong you are. You know what I mean? Sometimes you go through your things and think about this. In life, some of the hardest things you ever went through. I'm talking about like loss of somebody, a family member, a health scare, street violence, street stuff, whatever the case may be. That time you had to take a test at school and you didn't want to talk in front of the class because you didn't do your part, and now your group got to go up there and they about to get a fail because you, right? All these things that you were worried about. And in that moment, it seemed like, how do I make it to tomorrow in this moment? How? Will I live? Will I survive? Oh my God, how do I get past this? And then boom, you get past it, right? And that thing that you were definitely afraid of is in yesterday. But yesterday, you thought you couldn't even see past that next day because you were so distraught about whatever the case may be. Like I said, it could have been one of your worst memories of all times, right? And then eventually, the next day happened, and you got past it, right? There's some people right now dealing with grief that they still can't let go, still can't shake. And then one day, the memory don't hurt so much. Instead of it hurting, it turns into a happy memory. And now every time you think about that person, you just smile because you remember all the beautiful things. And if you have some kind of foundation with God, then you understand that they're on their way somewhere greater too. And maybe I wouldn't just think about, I wouldn't wish them back here. I thought about that with my grandmother. My grandmother passed. My grandmother, my grandmother was so ready to go be with the Lord. She had a conversation with my mom about her funeral arrangement, all her stuff. Here, she sat my mom down and said, "Here's my plot. Here's your grandfather plot. Here are the papers. One day I'm not going to be here soon, and this is all my information." That my grandma was ready to go. She raised all the kids, all the kids' kids, all the kids' kids. She done raised the house. She done raised family. She done raised generations. She did her life here. She was a married woman, stayed faithful the whole entire time. Like she lived life. She was a Christian woman through and through. There was nothing else to do to see God. It's nothing else I need to do but see the Lord. She was ready to go, right? So when my grandmother left, it hurt me because who wants to see their grandmother, who's the sweetest person you ever known, who will see your grandma pass? But also, if somebody asked them games about would you, if you can bring back any relative, would you bring her back? I would never say my grandmother. Bring her back to what? She was ready to go be with the Lord. And though there aren't souls in heavens just yet, for those who are ready to argue, read the Bible about that. We're not doing that today. Though she's not in heaven just yet, she know where she's going. And she was ready. She's ready to leave this realm and go on to the next one. So that's why, but anyway, back to, I'm saying, like, we got to learn, we got to, the key to all this is that it's what my mom said. This too shall pass. It's what the Bible says. Not my mom. My mom just relayed the message over to me. This too shall pass. You're gonna be okay. And even if you don't be, even if you think you won't be okay, you'll be okay. You will. There's many times I felt like I wasn't gonna be okay. There's many times I felt like I don't know how I'm gonna get past this. There was many times where I think I'm the only one in the world going through this one rare problem. And that's never the case. That's never the thing. You're unique in who you are and the soul of who you are. Your fingerprints are unique. But this problem, it's many people going through that thing. And many people lost that same person in relationship to them as that person is to you. It's many a person that lost that job with their family, not knowing where the paycheck gonna come from next month. It's many a men who who don't feel adequate like I sometimes feel. Who are the husbands who don't have the most money, who are living check to check, or you paid, the bills are paid, but then there's no more money to do like dates and stuff like that. You ain't the only one going through your stuff. And I say this because I have to be a constant reminder. And I also use my life as a testimony to be a constant reminder of we're all in this together. I know that sounds cliche, may sound corny to some, but it's reality. It's real life. But, I understand we're going to be okay. I'm going to be okay. You're going to be okay. And it gets tough. It gets tough. I'm not one of the people that's going to tell you it's going to be all, smooth and sailing. Like, it's not. Like Mopwack said, gratitude is attitude. Be thankful. Every morning I wake up, when I pray, the first thing I tell God is, thank you, God, for allowing me to see another day. Thank you, God, for allowing me to see another day. I am grateful. Even if I don't see the end of it, I am grateful. I am. I am. And I don't mean to turn this thing into a whole like. I think if you look at it, it's not a depressing thing. I think it's beautiful when you fight. It's beautiful when you're winning. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we can all have a conversation about this kind of stuff, depression and feeling by yourself, and it's beautiful when you fight and win, and to know you're supported. I support everybody in this chat. I'm looking at the conversations. I'm seeing y'all conversing back and forth, being honest, being vulnerable with yourselves, because that's the environment we set in here, where you can come in here and let your hair down. And then the good part about it is, y'all know also, tomorrow we may be laughing ourselves crazy, joking about something, talking about something, you know what I mean? Being creative, interesting stories, interesting perspectives on things that happen in current events. I'm so proud of this space. I'm so proud that I can turn on my camera and be vulnerable and not be laughed at, or not be shunned or looked at like, oh, Luck tripping, or he be over there on that depression stuff. No, I don't. I'm just normal, just a human trying to figure it out. You know what I mean? A man of God, a husband, a father, a friend, a creative, a photographer. You know, yeah, I understand that too. If you're talking to me, Sunshine, I'm sorry, I don't want to misquote you, but if you are talking about me, or maybe talking about Wack, I'm not sure. You're right. Some people will use it against you. You know. Here's the thing, though. Let's say I tell a story about my real life, like I be doing, right? I talk about my real life, whatever, whether how dope it is, how shocking it is, how embarrassing it is. I'm just telling a thing about my real life, and someone tries to use it and weaponize it, which the internet does a lot on a daily to millions of people. I understand that. Um, if my vulnerability or my transparency helps anybody in any kind of way, and you weaponize that to make a mockery of me, that is no longer my fight. If you understand what I mean. It's no longer my fight. And I'm not saying that God steps in because I'm me and handles all my battle. I'm not saying that. But I do believe God fights battles seen and unseen, because I pray for it. And I pray about it, about his covering. And I literally ask, thank you for fighting my battles seen and unseen. So whoever does that to me is not a threat at all, because I don't make threats. I'm a Christian man. I don't make threats at all. I just know how this works. You can weaponize my stuff all you want. I'm just being honest. I don't feel a way. I'm not embarrassed about it. Especially if I said it on a live that's recorded, like, you can weaponize it, and I know they will, Sunshine. I know it. You're not wrong about that for sure. Somebody will. Somebody about say anything about me. They'll say something crazy, whatever. But as long as I was being honest, as long as I was being straightforward, and somebody was blessed by it, let it be what's gonna be. Let it be what it's gonna be. People are miserable. A lot of people are, and they'll they'll use anything or say anything to join to join you in their misery, or they want you to join in their misery. That's how it goes. It comes with it's a part of the game, and I'm not ignorant of that. So yeah, for sure I do know that. But I gotta be honest and I gotta be real. And like I said, there's things I won't say obviously because I'm married. So there's parts of our marriage I'll never say online because my wife is deserved and that part of us, right? There's things you should leave private. But when it comes to me and how what I'm thinking, how I'm trying to better myself and show my growth and also maybe help with somebody and learn from somebody, I'll always be transparent about those things because it can help. That's a fact. It happens. And they do. Hell, we all done it. Think about this. Somebody ever been talking about you and say something crazy, so you one up them with something crazy? That's what happened. Somebody hurt somebody else. You know what I mean? Or somebody flashed on you about something. You ever look? I remember one time as a kid, I got a brother that's right a year under me. Right, both grown down out the way. We both over fighting like little two brothers. But I remember I used to get something. I get in trouble from mom or my dad. I get a whooping or something like that when I was a kid, and I take it out on him. Now, mind you, I'm not saying I used to beat my brother. My brother was a year under me, so it wasn't like I was the big brother beating on my little brother. No, it was hands. We used to fight. But if he laughed or something like that, I'll take it on him. Oh, you shut up, whatever. Then we get to fighting. But that's me being hurting somebody else because I'm hurt. But in a more malicious way, it happens too. So I understand that. Hey, don't come to LA. This right here. Like, that's what we all need to be focusing our attention on. When y'all see him, let a nigga know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Hands. All hands. I say that's a them problem because I feel like more channels like yours, mine are needed. People need to. Oh, I need to follow you. I didn't know you had a channel, Tia. I'm gonna follow you right now. Matter of fact, put your page in the chat, Tia. I say this probably because I feel like more channels like yours, mine are needed. People need to know they are not alone. They should put all their trust in God. That's a fact. 100%. It is an problem, and a lot of times, and see that happens with me too on the internet because people can see it. Don't forget to put your page in the comments, please. I want to follow your page, and anybody, I think we all should follow her page also, and don't forget to like and subscribe to mine's. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe my page also. Yeah, sometimes a lot of times, I'm like in the comments on Instagram or YouTube, whatever. Somebody say something say something crazy here and there from something, maybe an opinion of mine or something or whatever the case may be or whatever. Somebody say something crazy. But you realize when it's like, I'll just let them I'll let them be them. I'll let them sit with themselves. You know what I mean? Sometimes it ain't you. Now, here's the thing. If you react to it sometimes, then it becomes your problem. Because you reacted to something you weren't supposed to be reacting to. But most of the time, it be them. It's a them issue. Could you imagine somebody like Sunshine Baby brought up the weaponizing, right? Could you imagine somebody weaponizing me and my vulnerability and transparency about depression and using that when all I do is use it to give glory to God or to help somebody, which in exchange is still giving glory to God? Could you imagine when that happens? Because it happens. That's not my problem. That's their problem. They got to deal with that. So when I was talking earlier, it's not a threat. I'm not saying God gonna come down and do. I'm not saying all that. All I'm saying is you gonna have to deal with treating people like that. One thing we know is one of the most important rules and commandments in the Bible is love thy neighbor. It's in the Bible. It's a scripture. It's not my opinion. It's not my opinion. That's nothing I made up. You know what I mean? The way you treat people. When Jesus was down here, when all the Sadducees and all that was trying to enforce the law, the Mosaic laws, God was like, y'all don't get it. Jesus was like, y'all don't even get it. Y'all don't even get it. You mad at me because I cured a blind man by putting mud on his eyes? You want to argue with me about cleanliness? And I just healed this man? Something that's impossible outside of me? You mad at me about you talking to me about cleanliness on the Sabbath? But I healed this blind man who can now see, and that's what you worried about? The laws? Yeah, man. Yeah. Hey, so here's the thing. This is the thing about that is that I learning. I'm learning. I've learned and learning that we have to forgive and give grace. We have to. It's one of the toughest things to do as a human being. I understand. I know. Trust me, I know. But it has to be done. It has to be. It has to be. What happened on Calvary happened because he took on all of your debt, all of your sin, and wiped your debt clean. Like brand new. Like a shiny new thing. That's what him jumping on the cross did for you. Now, if you, and I'm not speaking to you directly, but anybody, all of us, right? Who are you to not forgive somebody? I'm not talking to you directly. I'm talking to all of us because this is some of the hardest thing for me too, is that he died on the cross for you specifically, me specifically, right? He wiped debt so we don't die like we deserve to die living in sin, right? Who are you to not forgive somebody? And here's the thing, that it hurts and it's hard. I don't care what happened. Now, this ain't my opinion. This is scripture. You can't tell me a situation bad enough. I'm only going to respond to you with what Jesus said to do about it. And I'm not saying it like it's easy either, because it's not. It isn't. But I remember when I first started understanding how I called people up to forgive them and ask for forgiveness on my doing and my part. And there's still people I need to do that with. And when I come across them or see them, I'll do that. And no, it's not easy. And I can't guarantee you that next time I see somebody, I will just do that. Because it's hard to do. Sometimes you be stealing your stuff. You be like, I don't know. I don't even want to talk to that person. I'm cool or whatever. All these things. You tell yourself that. And then God will be like, oh, here they go. Here's your chance. Do it right now. He'll put somebody in a space with you that was impossible to see. Somebody you thought you'd never see again. You done move 5 states away, and you in a little countryside somewhere where the population is under 40,000, and you see that nigga at the store. God will be like, here you go. Tell him now. That's a fact. That's a fact. Oh, let me type your stuff here too. Where my banners at? Yeah. Edit. Wait, what is it? Let me see. I gotta go back. Dang. I wish I can copy from here. Well, I'll post it here. Okay, I gotta subscribe to you for sure. Yeah, but yeah, man, that's a great lesson for all of us. We got to learn to forgive. We got to, um, and it pleases God for you to do so. And I mean, truly let go. I'm not saying y'all got to hang out and be best friends or you got to reconcile. Well, you should reconcile with your parents or family members, but and I understand there's a lot of trauma there with a lot of us. But you know what I feel and what God feels, two different things. And when I say two different things, I mean like it's hard for me to get over something. I know I'm wrong in it because God tells me this. He's very specific on certain things. We gotta learn, yeah, for sure. It's hard. It's hard. But here's the thing. Also, we gotta remember when you forgive, you're essentially letting yourself out of your own prison. That's because not forgiving. If you don't forgive, you'll be trapped in that of that never letting go, or maybe it's sometimes having that uncomfortable feeling every time you think about a person, or that feeling when you think about somebody, how you just never really let it go, or you can't really move on, or maybe it's hate in your heart. And sometimes when you see somebody or see a thing or a person, you feel like that because you're still in that prison you've made for yourself. That's what unforgiveness is. Essentially, you build a prison around yourself and you keep yourself in it. You know, and God got on the cross like, hey, y'all can't do wrong enough. I got to hit from here. It's like I heard this woman say, he nailed it to the cross. All your wrongdoings, everything you do for generations on, it has been nailed to the cross. So who are you to not forgive somebody? Who are you to not forgive somebody? Wow. Wow. I will do. And that's the reason right there. I appreciate you, Sunshine Baby, for real. I do. That's the reason right there. Because somebody need to hear it. Because while I'm trying to help myself fight through, then maybe it'll reach somebody to help them too. Help them open up, help them release, help them realize, wait a minute, I'm not by myself. I ain't the only one be going through this. Or I'm not the only one allowed or dealing with depression and I do want to talk about it, don't know how to talk about it, don't know who to talk about it with. That's more important than anything. You know what I mean? That's more important. It's man, helping people. Rio said on the last podcast, that's his payment. Remember Rio? I don't know if y'all remember. Y'all was people who were in relatable podcasts. Y'all remember? Rio said that he was saying that's how he not doing this for the money necessarily. Yes, it pays you, and you need to eat, and you need to live. We got that, but he wants to help people, and for him, that's the payment. To be a man of service. You know, Nipsey said. He said before he died, he said, I want to die empty. Meaning, I gave it all up. I gave it all. I gave it all. He says, because to be a man is to be a man of service. And I gave it all. I want to die empty. That's beautiful. To be a man of service. How can I serve you? I'm talking about that's anything from like helping an old lady across the street, your mama with groceries, your homie short on rent. You happen to have it. You send your boy a couple of dollars so he can cover his rent. You know how big. Or what about the homegirl? What about the homie or the homegirl? You just want to tell him, you love him. I miss y'all. I miss you. Where you been? And you just call and say, man, I love you, man. I was thinking about you, my good brother. How you been? I just call and say, we need to hang out, dog. I was thinking about you. Because, when you do that, yeah, people don't realize, man, think about the times you got that call. I think about the times I randomly get a call from someone or a friend saying, yo, Luck, what's good, man? I miss you, bro. How you been? I just called to check on you. You know how many times somebody called me doing that? And I was in a funk. Just like a messed up thing. And every time it happens, I'll be like, thank you, God. I know it. I get it. Because I'm not taking that as a coincidence. I'm not. I have to. So yes, rest in peace, Nip. Rest in peace, Nip, man. My good brother, he was a cool dude, man. I love that guy. But think about that. Every time that happened. So if you thinking about somebody, you miss your friend or you miss your peoples or your cousin or your brother or sister, whatever the case may be, just tap in with them. Because sometimes it's what we understand is sometimes that's God pulling on us that somebody needs you. Somebody needs you. Your voice or your relationship to that person is critical on them moving on right now. They could be stuck in something dark. It's something tugging at you to call that person. Don't get too busy when you feel that. Don't tell yourself, I'm gonna just do it right after I finish watching the game or when I finish cooking, I'm gonna call them and see. Don't wait for that. Sometimes it's God putting on you like, hey, I need you to tap in with them. They need to hear your voice now. They need you to listen. They need your ear right now. Take heed to that. I'm telling you, I'm not wrong. Here's the thing. I'm not wrong. And even if I was wrong, why is that a bad thing? You feel me? Tap in. When God put it on your mind, move. Move. So many people have moved for me. So many times. So many times something got covered. A blessing got answered. A prayer got confirmed. So many times I was going to lose it. Let me tell you. I don't know if I told this story before. For the people who haven't heard it, you about to hear it for the first time. For the people who have heard it, take a seat, right? So, prime example. I was driving one day doing Uber. Recently. When I say recently, I mean like 4 or 5 months ago. I was doing Uber and I was stressed about like bills, work. I'm tired of working. I miss my wife. Just like I miss being like free to like live a comfortable life. And I was in the car and I felt myself having a mental breakdown. I felt myself about to lose it. And it's crazy because as I'm feeling this, I don't realize that I have a passenger in the car. You know, sometimes you get so sidetracked. Now you just following the map. I'm talking about when you're driving, not when all y'all don't drive Uber, so you wouldn't know. But when you're driving, you know, in your mind, you're just following GPS at this point. But mentally, you kind of checked out. But you see and you're moving, but there's another side of your brain that's on something else. So I'm having a mental breakdown, basically. And I remember I stopped at a stop sign, and I'm like maybe 3 minutes from the drop-off. I had a young lady in the car. And I felt myself about to bang on the steering wheel real hard. Because I was just like, you know, you just gotta yell. And I felt myself like losing it. I'm starting to shake a little bit. I'm like, oh my God, like I'm tired. But I'm saying it in my head, I'm about to bang the steering wheel. I looked up in the mirror and I saw the passenger. And I'm like, I gotta chill out. And myself, I'm not saying this out loud. I'm like, I gotta chill out. I gotta chill. And so right after that, I remember I got like 3 minutes to her house or her location. I get a call from my friend Danny. Call, boom. I press ignore. So when I'm driving Uber, people know I'm driving because I always ignore. If I push ignore, that means I'm driving. I'll call you right back. I put ignore, and then he called again, and then I ignored. And then he called again 3 times. Remember, mind you, I only got like 3 minutes to my destination, to the location. He called 3 times. And I'm like, damn, I hope it ain't an emergency. Now, Danny is my good friend. I love him to death. And he's also one of the deacons at our church, one of the main deacons at our church. He's younger than me. Danny's about, I think, just turning maybe 41. Something. Anyway, he's under me. He's younger than me. I forgot. And Danny called. So as soon as I dropped her off, I called Danny. I said, hey, Danny, man, how you doing? He said, I'm good, man. How are you? And I said, I'm okay. He said, look, he said, I'm calling you to tell you this. He said, I was cooking, and he said, God told me to call you right now. And I'm like, what? So for y'all to know, but for y'all that don't know, because you don't know, Danny also got gifts. For those who are in the church and those who come from a Christian background, you know what's up, right? Danny got gifts. So Danny said, God told me to call you right now. He said, stop right now and call Luck right now. Right in the middle of my breakdown. Call Luck right now. And I was like, what's up? He said, God said to tell you, stop worrying about it. He said, I don't know what you got going on in your mind, Luck. He said, God stopped me in the middle of my cooking to tell you to stop worrying right now. Stop worrying. He said, just because you believe in him don't mean it is in doubt. He said, doubt look like many of things. He said, God told me to tell you right now, stop worrying. You're going to be okay. You got to stop worrying, put your faith in him. Literally, I'm having a breakdown. And that's what Danny was calling me about while I'm in the car. He called 3 times. And he called so much because he cannot not tell me. God told him to call me and tell me this right now. They can't wait till later. I can't wait till you call me back. I'm calling you until that's it. So when I dropped her off, that was me calling him, but he was going to call me right back anyway. It was just going to be his 4th time. He said, God told me to tell you, stop worrying. Stop. Put your faith in him. Everything else will be okay. He said, but you need to stop worrying right. Stop worrying right now. He said, doubt. He said, he knows you believe in him, but doubt looks like many of things. And worrying looks like doubt when faith is supposed to stand in place of that. Let me tell you something. Some of y'all don't believe in miracles. That's fine. But when I tell you how real and how big my God is, nothing's off the table. Nothing is off the table. Some people will hear that story and tell me it was a coincidence. Nah, it was just random timing. I don't argue with those kind of people. I'm a believer. I'm a believer in God, and not just God, I'm very specific. I'm a believer in my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. A God that will call me in the middle of my breakdown and remind me that he is good, he is all powerful, and he hears me. That's what kind of God I believe in. My God doesn't just live in a book. The book is the living word. But he's also with me at all times. He's the God that will call me in the middle of my shift, in the middle of my drive, stop me from doing what I'm doing and tell me, stop it right now. Stop it right now. Stop worrying. I got it. You said you give it to me. You said you surrender. You said, God, when you cried on that floor in the kitchen, when you cried and broke down in the kitchen and you said, Lord, I surrender it all to you. That's what you said. So give it to me. I don't argue with people. I'm not arguing with nobody about that. I'm not arguing with nobody about that. That's how I fight depression. Just so happens that's how you beat depression also. I ain't that good. I don't care what you do for a living. You ain't that good. God is the reason. That's how we fight depression. It gets scary sometimes. Sometimes you doubt. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you aren't as strong in your faith as you should be. A lot of us still haven't surrendered to Him. A lot of us are trying to do it on our own. You ain't that good. You don't know that much. And I'm not saying that to disrespect nobody. I'm just giving you context about who my God is. If you give it to Him, you'll reach heights you've never seen before. I'm a believer that even in the middle of my stuff, and that's what reminds me I got to shake it off too. When I'm depressed, that just my belief in who He is, I also got to shake it off. I almost don't have the right. It's real, man. Yeah, man. Like I said, man, I didn't mean to turn this into, hey, man, it is what it is. I'm just glad to be alive, and I'm glad to um, confess my love to Him who saved me first. And I'm also glad to talk to you guys because you guys are always so tapped in. The way you respond, the things you respond, is just dope. And I feel awesome that I'm trying to build a platform that's God filled. I'm going to be creative. We're going to be funny. We're going to have super dope things, and we're going to let our hair down a lot of times, but God filled. Because without Him, none of this happens anyway. So I appreciate you tapping into it for real. I really do. And as soon as I end this live, I'm gonna go over and follow you back now. Also, I do appreciate you for sitting in and responding too. Thank you, and God bless you too for sure. I'll make sure. Hey, definitely different from the LOS. Definitely different from the League of Stars days for sure. Now there were some good times for sure, but we'll leave them there and then we'll move right along. That's a fact. He's working on us all, man. All praises due. Straight up. Straight up. And I'm glad that we're all, so vocal about it. A lot of people are so scared to talk about it. Or so broad and they're trying to run from, don't want to say his name or don't want to speak, I'm glad that we're very loud and um just bold with it. You know what I mean? You gotta be bold. You have to be. Not being bold don't scare no devil away. Don't scare no demon away. Gotta be bold in it. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I do. I appreciate that. It's dope to be seen. I've been out the way for so long, especially in the way that people were used to seeing me. You know, so now I'm in this space. I think I have a lot of I have a lot of catching y'all up to do to me and what's been going on in my life and how I live my life now. That's one thing, you know. And also, I'm excited that you guys get to learn me as 45-year-old Luck, Terrence, you know, who does different things, you know. So I appreciate that for real. Hey man, Biggs, for real, man. You know what? I think for me, when I do these sessions, first of all, they help me because I turn on the live because I don't have anything to talk about, but I know I need to talk through it. So when I start, you got to remember my page is still so new. Usually, I'm talking for the first 5 or 10 minutes with just me in here, talking to myself, and I don't feel no way about it. I used to feel like cringe, but I don't now. I'm trying to get used to just talking. So I use it like I said, like a journal, and I start speaking my things, what's been going on with me, or how I'm carrying, how I'm doing today. Not so good, good. I usually talk like that at the beginning, and but I do love that. That's why I love this chat so much because I can bounce off a lot of things about what you guys are saying, how you guys are responding, which I think is dope. You know, that's why certain times I want to bring people on because if I got a chance to talk to y'all and just on the screen, that's even better. You know what I mean? So because we all learn each other, and I don't want to just have this kind of like excuse my language, technology relationship where we just deal with each other like I'm on screen and y'all in the chat, and then we have this community where we never actually see each other in real life. But if we're like having these kind of conversations where they're past surface, like these conversations, even the conversation we just had, that's not a surface level conversation. Meaning, excuse me, meaning we're building something else here. And I don't take that for lightly. I don't take that light. Like we're building something else here, and we're building a deeper kind of community than the average just random community. And if we are, then I think you do the extra things that the average community don't do either, like meetups and stuff like that, which I'm down for. You know, we gotta. That's why I'm trying to build this channel up. I'm not talking about the millions of followers. I'm definitely not talking about that. I'm talking about just at least, where there's at least a consistent few that we can all like build up. One time, me and Rios was talking about where one day we have a episode where we just go get coffee, and maybe a few viewers or a few people in the community come meet us there, and we chop it up. Or we meet at a park one time and have a cool little kickback or something. I don't know. You know, I'm trying to think of stuff because I want to take the community past just I'm on screen and you guys in the chat. You know, especially when y'all got so much to offer. Because I'm looking at these conversations, the fact that y'all are being vulnerable, asking really dope questions, and talking back. But this ain't no average little chat. You know what I mean? This is something different, and I understand, and I've been peeping that, and I respect it. You know what I mean? So for me, this is helping. I'm learning. Also feel better every time I jump offline uh, doing one of these because I'm always entertained. I always get to release, and I always get so much from you guys also. So what's funny is, man, God is so amazing. So Rios and I were supposed to do relatable today, obviously at 11 o'clock. A lot of y'all know we scheduled for Wednesdays at 11, but Rios took a family trip to Knott's. He's having a ball up there. He was streaming earlier. I'm not sure if he's still streaming, but he was streaming earlier. It was dope. People met his mom, his wife for the first time. He's having an amazing time there. I actually wish I was there with him, but we couldn't pod today. So instead of doing like a relatable with just me, because relatable is me and Rios, I said, let me just get on here and start talking. And then I think, look what happened from it. So it was meant to be. You know what I mean? Me and Rios gonna come back next Wednesday and do our thing. But today was meant for this to happen and for him to be with his family. So I think we both got what we wanted, and we still get to rock it out next week and be dope. So yeah, man. Yeah. Wait, whoa. Is she landing next? Okay, hold up. I'm gonna read this slow so the people who are in the chat, right? So people who may not be able to read it, but they may be just listen to audio in the car, so they can't really look at the screen. So Sunshine Baby wrote in the chat. This last rider just told me right now that she had a miracle 5 days before her. Jesus came in. She said Jesus came in. She told the devil she bet he wouldn't take her life. Well, she was walking and she got hit by a car after that. Says she landed next to a cross. Wow. Wow. And after that, she gave her life to God fully. So, wow, that's amazing. See, that's a lesson too, right? It's like something tragic happened to her. And after that, she gave her life to Christ. She gave her life to God. Gave her life to Christ, which is an amazing thing. Thank God she gave her life, because that could have been the time it was over. She could have got hit by a car and never woke up, never opened her eyes again. But she peeped that, noticed exactly what it was, and gave her life to Christ. Meaning, you ain't gonna catch me slipping again. That's what she's saying. Bet you don't catch me slipping no more. I bet that. God is good. God is good. Yeah, man, this has been dope, man. I really appreciate y'all. I think I'm about to jump offline. I'm super hungry. I haven't eaten anything. It's almost 2 o'clock. Yes, hey, photo, that's a fact. That's why, here's the thing, right? That's a fact. My circle of people are like-minded individuals. I'm not saying people that just yes, man. I'm talking about like we all like-minded individuals. They are super positive. So when you surround yourself with positive, you stay in the positive. That's why me and Rios have a podcast. He's a positive dude. He got a positive outlook on life, positive about what he thinks about family and relationship, positive how he take care of his family. Yeah, that's why I'm around Rios. And same thing as the chat. Same thing as the Ghetto Cafe. We surrounded ourselves with super dope, positive individuals. We can hold each other down. We can have conversations like this where we lift each other up. That's a fact. That's a fact. Real talk. Yo, this has been dope today, man. I appreciate y'all. For real. I appreciate you all. You know, I didn't have much in mind when I logged on, but it went just how it's supposed to go. First, I want to give all glory to God for even making this happen. And I thank you, and I pray that God covers you all. Or keeps you covered. Let's say that. Praying for you all, man. I need to start scheduling these. I know I keep saying it, but my life is so all over the place. It's hard to schedule anything. I got the Wednesday scheduled, but I need to schedule these talks. I like talking to y'all about just all kind of life stuff, you know. But you guys have a blessed day, man. Thank y'all for coming out. Sunshine Baby, thank you. It's Fo Dub TV. Biggs 909 for sure showed up and represented today. Who else did it? Tia Morel. Tia, I love you, man. Thanks for stopping by. I'm going to follow you up as soon as I leave here. Nick, my good brother, stopped by. Is that Nisha or Nisho? Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you. Sizzle. The Sizzle Show was definitely in the building. Who else was in the building? The Wave Guy was definitely in the building. Stop by and say what up real quick. Don't Come to LA was definitely in the building, man. Salute to you. Mopwack TV was definitely in the building. Salute to you. OG was definitely in the building. I appreciate y'all. Did I miss anybody? Sir No Face was the first person in the building today. Salute to you, my good brother. Salute. And Dogface was definitely in the building. PNP, definitely in the building. I appreciate y'all, man. I think that's everybody. BW was definitely in the building. I see BW right there. Easy Money was definitely in the building. Lao Zhu, definitely in the building. Appreciate y'all, man, for sure. Ryan Reyes came back. Showed up and made a comment. Thank you, man. Appreciate you leaving a comment. Anybody who fell into, I think that's everybody. Anybody who fell in today, thank you. Thank you. I love y'all. Y'all keep me on my toes. Y'all keep pumping, keep helping with good conversation. Thank you. Miss Yvonne, thank you for pulling up in the building today. Appreciate you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Y'all be cool, man. I love y'all, and I'll be tapping in soon. I need to start doing a post to let y'all know what time of the day these are coming, so I don't just pop up on y'all. And I know some of y'all at work and doing different things. I need to get that part together. Keep JT lit. What's goody? But thank y'all, man. I love y'all, and I'll tap in with y'all soon. All right? God bless y'all. Praying for y'all. Please pray for me. Can never have enough. Thank you. I love y'all.